Hi there, it's Deb Peretz, the karmic life coach who uses evolutionary astrology to help you align with your true life's purpose. I'd like to talk today a little bit about something you've probably heard about, Venus retrograde. It seems a lot of people are talking about what does this mean for you right now. So retrograde is what we call when a planet appears to be moving backwards. Now, it's not actually moving backwards, but it appears that way from Earth. So Venus went retrograde on October 5th, and it's going to remain retrograde, moving backwards until November 16th. It is currently in Scorpio, but then on October 31st, Halloween, it's going to move into the sign of Libra. So a lot of people hear the term retrograde and they think, oh no, the planets are retrograde, everything's going to be messed up. And I just want to clarify that that's the wrong perception of what retrograde means. When a planet is retrograde, it is a golden opportunity to learn and grow. So sometimes learning can be hard, right? Growing can be painful, and that's why sometimes retrograde scenarios can be somewhat painful. And this one, being starting in Scorpio, you know it's going to be intense. But remember, so when a planet is retrograde, think, wow, golden opportunity for growth. All right, what are we reevaluating and reassessing? Because that's what we do during retrograde. We stop and then reevaluate what's going on in our lives. And when it's Venus that's retrograde, what we're reevaluating has to do with our personal values, our essential needs, especially in relationships with others. So we really are exploring, what do we value, whom do we value, and usually Venus is a fast-moving planet and speeds through the signs, but because of this retrograde, we've got this forward. Venus is actually taking the time for us to really do the work we need to do in this part of our chart. So, as I mentioned, Venus right now is in Scorpio. What does that mean? Well, Scorpio is the sign of intensity, and it's the sign where deeply buried, repressed things bubble up to the surface and are revealed. And that might sound scary, but again, it's a great opportunity to clear and release something that's been festering for many, many, many years, maybe even lifetimes. So again, when Scorpio is coming into play, be prepared. You might be dealing with some deep emotional wounds that might come to the surface for you to clear them. And then on October 31st, Venus moves into Libra. So then when you're reevaluating and looking at your relationships and your needs, you're going to be looking at issues of equity, balance, fairness. These are going to come to the fore. To what extent do your relationships support that? And this is also a time when old relationships often tend to reappear. And this is a great opportunity for you to either get closure on those old relationships or in some cases rekindle them. Again, the most important thing to consider is that a retrograde time is a time to reevaluate, to reassess, to reflect. It's not a time for impulsive action. Again, this is an opportunity to release blocks that have been there deeply buried for a long time. If you want to dig more deeply into how the Venus retrograde is impacting you, you can take out your chart and look at what houses are being affected by this retrograde period, and that will show you what aspect of your life is being impacted, and you can see if you have any planets there or what kind of aspects are there in those in the area of the retrograde triggers. Now, if that's a little above or advanced for you, that's fine too, because there's still a lot you can do with just what we spoke about now. I like to call it DIY Karmic Coaching with Astrology, and I prepared an action guide for you that you can download for free from my website that will help you do this do-it-yourself coaching around the Venus retrograde for you right now. So to go get that, go to my website to debperetz.com/Venus. That's Deb Peretz, DebPeretz.com/Venus. And I will put a link here. There should be one below the video. And this action guide, this Venus retrograde DIY coaching guide, is a bonus gift I'm offering to people who sign up for my newsletter. So go get that and take the next step to reevaluating your relationships to align them with your personal values. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of this Venus retrograde period.